The Bears had a pretty good defense in 2016. The pass defense was good, but the run defense was bad. Their main problem, however, was their offense, and mostly their injuries. The quarterbacks had a rotation of Jay Cutler, Brian Hoyer, and Matt Barkley. The team's best receiver, Alshon Jeffrey, was suspended, and Kevin White got hurt after week 4. This team is better than their record shows, but there was no continuity due to their injuries. In the offseason, Jay Cutler was released and then retired when no teams had an interest in him. Alshon Jeffrey left for free agency with the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Glennon was the big free agent signing. They essentially gave him a 1-year, $18 million deal to see if he can be the quarterback of the future. The Bears were in rebuild mode and signed mostly young free agents. The Bears had a terrible draft. They gave up 3 picks to move up 1 spot to reach badly for quarterback Mitch Trubisky. He's a low first-round talent and got drafted number 2 overall. They bid against themselves and lost. After Trubisky, the Bears selected a lot of risky picks, such as Eddie Jackson from Alabama, who has an injury history. Overall, just a bad draft up and down the board. On offense, the cupboard isn't empty with this team. There are some pretty solid weapons. Zach Miller is a viable starting tight end. Kevin White has shown flashes of being a good number 1 receiver, and most importantly, they have a talented running back in Jordan Howard. The offensive line had a pretty solid year, finishing number 8 in terms of sacks, and made some pretty good holes in the run game. Howard should continue improving and will be the engine for this team. The defense is pretty solid on paper. Leonard Floyd showed flashes and is expected to take the next step this year. Danny Trevathan and Eddie Goldman are pretty good pieces of the front 7. The cornerbacks of Kyle Fuller, Prince Amukamara, and Tracy Porter makes a pretty formidable secondary. The main problem was this group wasn't healthy last year. Even with the injuries, they still had a solid year overall. And now we move on to the quarterback. Here's the main problem. I personally have faith that Mike Glennon will be a good quarterback this year, and I thought the Bears were going to experiment to see if it'll work long term. Instead, the Bears put a lot of stock in a quarterback with only 13 college starts. Both quarterbacks have a chance to be good quarterbacks, but I personally don't see either of them working out in the long term. However, if either quarterback becomes a franchise quarterback, the deals could be well worth it. In the best case, the team finishes at 8-8. One of the quarterbacks end up showing all the signs of being a true franchise quarterback. The team stays healthy and plays to their potential. The defense consistently gets stops, and Jordan Howard keeps the offense on track. The biggest factor that comes out is that the quarterback plays well and looks on his way to becoming a franchise quarterback. In the worst case, neither quarterback is able to establish any momentum and finish at 3-13. The injury bug bites this team again, and their young players aren't able to develop. Kevin White gets hurt again and can't develop chemistry with either quarterback. The biggest problem would be if Trubisky looks terrible and the Bears stick with him, hoping he will develop, but he never really does. In the most likely case, the Bears go 5-11. This team has the talent, but just hasn't been able to piece it together. Glennon starts at quarterback and is okay, but the fans want to see Trubisky. The Bears turn to Trubisky before their season is truly over, and he shows flashes of being the quarterback they imagined. The Bears think they found the quarterback of the future and plan on building around him in the offseason.